It looks familiar, but it's not. Panther gets the paper panzer treatment for Clash of Steel and Flames of War, with an 8.8cm gun in a new turret. Stick with me to see what's in the box. This is CSG02, the Panther Platoon box set for Clash of Steel. It contains parts for 5 tanks, and can build the 7.5cm standard Panther or Jagdpanther, as well as the proposed 8.8cm variant. Panther is already a fantastic workhorse for the Germans, and the 8.8cm gun gives it additional punch. You also get some of these tanks in the German Clash of Steel starter boxes. I've covered the base Panther and Jagdpanther kit before, so this review will focus on the 8.8cm version. Let's look at some history. Panther with an 8.8cm gun was the result of 2 separate projects that ultimately converged: the development of a new, narrower turret known as the Schmalturm, and a parallel effort to upgun the Panther with a more powerful 8.8cm cannon. The Schmalturm or narrow turret project aimed to develop improved turrets for use on both the Panther and Panzer IV. Originally, this smaller, lighter turret was meant for the Panther II. It was lighter, easier to produce, eliminated some shot traps, and featured a narrower front to present a smaller target. However, it was cramped, making it challenging for the crew to operate. When the Panther II project was cancelled, the Schmalturm turret was reassigned to the Panther F, and potentially the Panzer IV-J as well. Though initially intended for a modified 7.5cm gun, both Krupp and Daimler-Benz explored options to fit Schmalturm with an 8.8cm KWK-43 gun. However, accommodating this larger gun in the compact turret presented technical issues that weren't resolved before the end of the war. Panther F entered production, but only 2 Schmalturm turrets were actually completed. These were examined by the Allies, with one ending up as a range target and ultimately preserved at the Bovington Tank Museum. If we look at the back of the box, there's a to-scale image of the 8.8cm Panther, and smaller images of the standard Panther and Jagdpanther. There's also a promo image of 3 Panthers in terrain. As is standard practice for Clash of Steel, there's no assembly diagram on the box. This is included as a separate black and white printed sheet in the box. Let's look at the plastic. Again, I'm primarily looking at the add-on sprue for the 8.8cm tank. I've covered the base kit already. All the parts for the 8.8cm turret are on this single sprue of dark yellow plastic. Detail is good and the mouldings are nice and crisp, typical Battlefront quality. The nice thing is, this turret is complete and self-contained. You can also build the full 7.5cm turret of the original base kit as well, and swap them out as needed. The star of the show is the main gun, the 8.8cm KWK-43L71. This is the same gun as the Tiger II, and similar to that on Nashorn, Ferdinand and Jagdpanther tank destroyers. It's a long, straight gun without a muzzle brake. There's a narrow Saukopf mantlet designed to deflect incoming shells. One of the sprues in my box was pretty warped, not sure if that's going to affect the gun. Next to the gun is the turret peg and the cupola hatch for the commander. This is fairly simple and flat, not domed. The upper turret piece shows the smaller size of the Schmalturm design. It has a similar angled shape to the standard turret, but smaller and narrower at the front. Interior space was reduced, resulting in a cramped fighting compartment. The 2 bulges on either side are the armoured housings for the stereoscopic rangefinder. Other details are the lifting eyes, antenna mount, and camouflage fittings. The circular object here was a single-shot grenade launcher used for smoke, flares, and even an anti-personnel round for self-defense. As an act of mercy for any German viewers, I won't even try to pronounce its name. There's also a keyed opening for a commander's cupola. The lower piece is pretty simple, just a chamfered edge to fit up into the turret piece and a hole for the turret peg or a magnet. You get two couple of pieces, not open and closed. One is fitted with the infrared sight while the other isn't. Both these pieces are keyed for correct placement. The turret rear is a separate piece, again with chamfered edges that should ensure a good, tight fit. There's some good interlocking armour detail moulded on here. Hopefully that will help mask the join. Finally, there's the turret front. This was initially designed to be flat for the 7.5cm gun, but this bulging turret extension was required to bring the trunnions forward far enough to mount the 8.8cm gun. So those are the parts for the 8.8cm Schmalturm sprue for the Panther kit. It's great to have a Schmalturm kit in plastic for 15mm. I know Battlefront built the 8.8cm version because it fits the theme of Clash of Steel and World of Tanks, but a 7.5cm version to make a Panther F might have been good too. That would have been fairly easy to do on the same sprue with minimal changes. But this kit is nice and is executed with Battlefront's usual level of quality. So we have an 8.8cm Panther. How will it do on the table? I'm going to use the late War Leviathan stats here because Flames of War is the main focus of this channel. However, if you want to see Clash of Steel covered instead, maybe drop a comment and let me know. Stats for morale, skill, movement, armour and so on are the same for the Berlin German late 7.5cm version, which I've covered before, so I'm going to concentrate on what's different. I will mention that these Panthers all get the infrared rule. This allows the unit 2 rolls on the night visibility table, taking the highest roll. Fielding the optional Yoo-Hoo half-track with IR searchlight lets this unit illuminate targets out to 32 inches or 80 centimetres. All IR-equipped units can fire on this target without rolling on the night visibility table. The big difference here is the gun. The 8.8cm gun has a 48-inch or 120cm range, an improvement over the 7.5cm gun's 40 inches. Rate of fire is the same, at 2 halted and 1 moving. Given how cramped the Schmalturm is, you might have expected some sort of penalty, but no. The 8.8cm gun has an anti-tank of 17 and 3+ firepower. Again, a nice increase over the 7.5cm gun's AT-14. Schmalturm has the stereoscopic rangefinder, so the gun gets the accurate keyword. This eliminates the +1 to hit penalty for targets over 16 inches if the Panther doesn't move. They get their own formation in the Panther 8.8cm Tank Company. This is a HQ of 1 to 2 Panthers, plus up to 3 Panther platoons, 2 of which can be late IR 7.5cm Panthers instead. You can also sub in a Panzersturm platoon mounted in tracked APCs in place of 1 Panther platoon. With its own AA as well, this might be a good mix of tanks and infantry. Worth a look. Anyway, that's the 8.8cm Panther for late War Leviathans, Clash of Steel and World of Tanks. While this is a paper panzer, it's a feasible one. The Schmalturm was headed for production, and arming it with an 8.8cm gun is a logical step. Cramped, but logical. Possibly Battlefront missed a trick here not including the distinctive 7.5cm Schmalturm as well. I think an additional gun and turret front would have been all that was needed to make this work. But what we did get is a nice addition to the existing late Panther kit, and because it's a self-contained add-in, you can build the standard Panther turret as well. Easy to just swap these around as needed. Do you think Battlefront will offer the 8.8cm sprue on its own for players to upgrade their existing Panthers? Would you do this if the option was available? Are you planning to use 8.8cm Panthers? What about the IR options? Would you take these at night? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.